Now at 6, this is Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
11-year-old Jacqueline Mimi Torres Garcia is believed to have been dead for about a year, and people didn't know she was gone until last week. Now the community and family members are making sure she's never forgotten. Her mother, her mother's boyfriend, and her aunt won't be there as they're locked up in connection to her death. Thank you so much for joining us on the Fox 61 News at 6. I'm Annette Montgomery. Jacqueline's remains were found in a container behind an abandoned home on Clark Street in New Britain. Tonight, we're learning new details from DCF as they shared their history with the family spanning back to the year Jacqueline was born. But first, a memorial ride honoring her life has brought the community back to the home she was found at. Fox 61's Valerie Moravi joins us live from the memorial ride with more.
Hey, Annette. Well, it's been a very emotional day for the family of little Jacqueline Torres Garcia, for the Delgado family, her grandparents. I talked to them earlier today, but they didn't want to be on camera, and it's completely understandable. But once again, the community really joined forces to come together, and they met at the Bright Plaza down the street on Clark Street. Now they have moved all the way up here to park closer to this church, to St. Anne Church, and they have been walking up the hill, which is still Clark Street. Right now we're between Winter Street and Clark Street. So they have walked all the way to the memorial site to pray and light candles and just have a moment of comfort and support of the Delgado family. And as you can see right now, you can probably see dozens of Jeeps. I talked to some of them. There were more than 20 communities coming together and more than 30 Jeeps decorated with flowers, balloons, and beautiful messages such as Justicia para Mimi, justice for Mimi. So we've seen motorcycles and Jeeps coming to this spot just to, I don't want to say the last spot, but they still have to meet at the memorial site to pay tribute to little Jacqueline. So I spoke to the community. We'll have more on that story coming up later tonight. And for now, reporting live in New Britain, Valerie Moravi, Fox 61.
Thank you so much, Valerie. And continuing our coverage on Jacqueline's death, today DCF released a timeline of their involvement with the family members accused in the death of the 11-year-old. Fox 61's Alicia Hercules breaks it all down for us.
DCF says there has been a lot of misinformation regarding their involvement with the family. They hope by releasing this timeline, it'll clear up some of that misinformation. DCF's history with the family began in 2013 when Jacqueline was born. At the time, her mother, Carla Garcia, was in a detention center. Jacqueline was placed in the care of a paternal relative who was granted legal guardianship of her. She remained in the care of that guardian until May of 2022. One of Jacqueline's siblings was also put under the care of the same legal guardian in 2016. During this time, DCF also provided care for her younger siblings from 2014 to 2016. And again in 2017 and 2021. DCF says the legal guardian allowed the parents access to the children. In 2022, Jacqueline's mother and father, Victor Torres, sought reinstatement of guardianship of both Jacqueline and her sibling. The court granted that request in May of 2022, after DCF conducted a review of the family's history, their current circumstances, as well as an interview with Jacqueline and her younger sibling. DCF says they last interacted with Jacqueline in September of 2022 during an investigation concerning her younger siblings. They say at the time there wasn't enough evidence to prove there was any child abuse or neglect that would result in the children being removed from the home. That case was closed in 2022. DCF says they had no further involvement with the family prior to the child's death, which police say happened in the fall of 2024. Between their final interaction with Jacqueline and her death, DCF says they didn't receive any reports of child abuse or neglect regarding the family. They also say Jacqueline was never homeschooled during their involvement. Garcia and her sister were granted sole custody of Jacqueline in June of last year. However, DCF was not involved in that proceeding. Their last involvement with the family was in January following concerns regarding Jacqueline's younger sibling. At the time of the investigation, Garcia told DCF Jacqueline was being homeschooled and was temporarily staying with a relative out of state. DCF says they conducted a video call with a person who Garcia claimed was Jacqueline. They say they provided this information to law enforcement, but no additional concerns were noted, so the case was closed in March. DCF says amid the ongoing criminal investigation, they will continue to be as transparent as possible. In Hartford, Alicia Hercules, Fox 61.
Thank you, Alicia. We also received a statement from the New Britain School District today about when Jacqueline was pulled from school in August of 2024. They tell us she went to New Britain Public Schools from kindergarten to 5th grade. The statement also says her mother, Carla Garcia, filed to officially withdraw Jacqueline on what would have been her first day of 6th grade. Garcia said it was because they were moving to Farmington. Also on the same day, Garcia filled out a form that says she intends to homeschool her daughter. Well, now to breaking news from North Haven. Police tell us they found a dead body inside a home this afternoon. An investigation is underway at the home on Sackett Point Road as we speak. Investigators say right now it's too soon to say if there's foul play involved. Officials say they believe there's no risk or threat to the community. We'll, of course, keep you updated as this develops. Well, the weekend will be quite beautiful, a complete turnaround from last weekend's nor'easter. Meteorologist Matt Scott is here with a first check of the forecast. How about that sun?
We had nowhere to go but up when you think about it like that. Sunshine out and that forecast much better. It took us all week to get there, but we finally have a really nice forecast, not just for today into tonight, but for the weekend as well. Stand by, though. Going to get chilled, though. If you're headed out to the Friday Night Lights games tonight, bring a jacket. You're going to need it. Finally, feeling phenomenal. That's what you need to know before you go. Weekend warm-up continues, and in the 7-day, we'll start the work week with some rain. I think we'll miss it for our Sunday this time around. Cloud and radar picture's quiet. We like that. Big picture showing you nothing. We're fine with that. Temperature-wise, 60 degrees right now in the capital, 63 in New Haven. Mid to upper 50s in Groton up through Norwich. Winds still out of the north and west 5 to 10 with a couple of wind gusts up to 15 to 20. All right, forecast details for tonight. Under a frost advisory for parts of the state, temperatures diving down into the upper 30s as the sun comes out tomorrow morning. Coming up, talk about where the numbers are going for the weekend. I think you're going to like it, Annette. Details in a few. Back to you.
I'm excited for it. Thanks.